Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Cold Steel 2. As you can see, at the moment we are not on the courageous, even though we have like 3 layers left to go to talk to everyone. I thought in the meanwhile, while I was going in between the episodes, I was prepping so we could do the last boss fight of the optional quest as well. And I thought, you know what, we might as well start the episode with that. So we are here in the Northern Highland, in the northeastern section near the shrine. So for now, I think it's right around the corner. There it is. One gigantic big fish. Okay, if we're gonna use the same tactic, we should have no problem facing this one as well.
This one looks dangerous. Be careful.
Let's move.
Okay. Yeah, let's do the same
Here goes.
tactic we've been using.
Overdrive.
And I have been thinking about changing up Rean's build a little bit, focusing less on the critical stance but more on the delay build. But I'll keep you informed what we're gonna do with that.
Now's our chance. Let's go, everyone. Understood.
All right, leave it to me.
Ha!
Son, how about this?
Onward! Witness the fruits of my training! Howl! Radiant Lion!
Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot more than I thought it was gonna be.
Now's our chance.
An opening!
Not the numbers, but the percentage of HP we're taking down there. Yeah, I don't even have to use arts with them if
Let's move.
they're gonna do this.
Ha!
And of course, with the completion of this quest, we should have gotten a 4th Sumerian ore piece which we can use to create Rean's weapon.
Okay, it's safe for now.
Angel, reach level 5. Seraphic ring, nice. And Altair cannon. Delay after space art reduced with half. Basically the bell ability. Mistral, reach level 5. And also a bell ability there. Good.
Did it!
I'm so glad.
I did it!
That should suffice.
North by northeast completed. And a Sumerian ore shard like we expected. Alright, I'm gonna do a little bit of prep work. And after... Do I have that chest? Yes, I do. And then we'll be back on the Courageous.
Let's get going.
We're gonna talk to the last 3 layers of the ship. And make the weapon of Rean. Which in turn means that we are ready to move onwards to the villa. We should be able to do that on this episode. Or at least I'm hoping for it. So, I will see you on the Courageous in just a moment. Alright, we're back on the Courageous, prepped and ready. All we need to do is talk to everyone. So, this is where Princess Elvin spends her time. Oh, I wonder if I could have a little peek inside before the operation begins. Well, she won't be there though. Yeah, we got all the medals, so we did pretty well on that one. Zeno and Leo always taught me that your loyalties are always shifting on the battlefield. Today's foe is tomorrow's friend, and today's family is tomorrow's target. And they were right. I never thought I'd have to fight them, but here we are. And you're sure you're set on doing this? Yep, that's how Jaegers have to be. This battle is no different than any of the others we fought, so let's go. Well, at least for today, you've got me by your side, so let's do this. I imagine the Alliance will deploy their most capable warriors and divisions near Heimdallr, meaning Brigadier General Bardias and General Aurelia will likely be right on the front lines. Though that's not really my concern, we'll just have to leave them to the armored division, I suppose. Why do you sound so wistful? Don't tell me you actually want to fight them. Just a little bit. Maybe it's the RC in me. I swear, a rather rational part of me does understand that I wouldn't stand a chance against them as I am now. But why feel ashamed of that? The only way I'll one day reach their level is by focusing on the task before me. Yeah, well, I suppose you're right. We'll get there, one step at a time. Yeah, and beating the crap out of Crow, I think is a very good first step. Okay people, we're on our way to the final battle, so let's see some hustle. Oh, and don't give me any of that doom and gloom either. There's no better team than Thor's, so we're guaranteed to win this. Show me some of that fury spirit. There's nothing our team can't overcome, so let's show them how bright Team Thor's spirit burns. We're prepping for Operation 2, I promise you that. We both intend to play our parts as best as we can. This battle is important to all of us, regardless of birth. So let's fight with all we have, okay? Oh, that we shall. The two of us has received first-rate training in the art of fencing since well before we entered the academy too. We'll be fighting alongside Patrick during the operation and we have no intention of dragging him down. The villa is going to be guarded by the Noble Alliance's most elite forces. What? Me? Afraid? Oh, not a chance. I fear no one. Yes, and Patrick is with him, which does heighten his enthusiasm. Oh, I'll be lending Loggins a hand here from now on. We don't have much time until the operation starts, but I think you'll find the training to be more than worth your time. If you have any doubts in your skills, by all means, give it a try. I've gone and made the combat shell especially ruthless, just for you. That's not the sort of thing you should say with a smile on your face. If you're in the mood for training, don't be shy about asking. You can keep going until the operation starts, if you like. Training does increase our likelihood of survival after all. More can only be a good thing. Besides, I need all of you to stay alive, so I can get my revenge for yesterday's defeat. Now I'm not sure I want to come back in one piece. Right, I'm gonna have to make sure my blade's in perfect condition while I can. It's been a long time coming, but those numbers are gonna get what they deserve. They won't even see us coming. It's time to make them pay for all the shit they've pulled. Oh, careful now, Loggins. That scary expression you used to wear all the time as a first year has come back. We second years need to conduct ourselves calmly and gracefully, even while slaying our foes. You both seem pretty damn scary to me. Scary impression or no, Friedel and I are gonna go down to fight with Patrick too. It's time to make the Alliance pay. Yeah, and we know why Patrick wants to go down there. He wants to, let us say, rescue Elise and hopefully get some points with her. I've made a few adjustments to the combat shells myself. They're all so lovely that I just had to teach them lots and lots of very powerful arts. Seeing them develop was so fulfilling, just like growing flowers. And she's the only person who will ever draw that parallel. I really appreciate it. I can't hurt to get some practice in before the operation gets underway. By all means, get him a shot if you can spare the time. Let's do everything in our power to ensure that this operation is a success. As long as we work together, I'm sure we can bring our plans to fruition. I'm afraid I'm not much when it comes to combat, but I'll give it my all regardless. Not much? When it comes to combat, Groupie's report begs to differ. I guess you can't judge her by her appearance. Well, maybe in her eyes she isn't that great at combat, but factually, maybe she's just perfect. If you need any arch training before you head out, we're the guys to talk to. Training or not though, I'm sure you'll be just fine. You build up so much experience, you could handle anything. We'll be going out to fight too, but saving His Majesty falls squarely on you, so good luck. With all the experience you've built up, you should be able to handle anything. We'll be fighting too. You can do this. Alright, that's another level done. Oh man, is it already time for the operation? I'm getting really nervous. Still, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, and the main thing? Survive. Oh, I just hope I'll be able to perform my best during this operation. Maybe I should go and get some training in to be ready just in case? That might be a good thing. Oh, doing a little hawk talk, Gaius? Well, I guess you could call it that. He came to wish us all well today. I'm really glad he did too. This time we really can't afford to lose. And it's not going to be easy. I mean, you could say we're about to save the father of the nation in a sense. And that's to say nothing of Marcus's father or your sister. There's a lot at stake here. Well, you can say that again. Still, when we work together, there's nothing that can stop us. And knowing that we've got you with us puts us all at ease. Well, now that you're singling me out, I have to be careful not to let you down. I'm no Brigadier General Bardias, and I'm not exactly on the level of the ancient warriors of North, but I'll damn well try. Will he ever be that, like, according to the game, factually just as strong? Because I would love to see that. It would be an honor to fight for my second homeland at your side. I'm no Brigadier General Bardias, and I'm not exactly on the level of the ancient warriors of North, but I'll damn well try. Master Patrick has left no room for doubt that he will stand with his friends against the Noble Alliance. And this is with the full knowledge that his father is a member of said alliance. The young master is finally standing on his own 2 feet. Perhaps it's time for me to stop being quite so protective of him. The most important task may have fallen to your class, but the rest of us will still be joining the fight as well. We'll keep the Imperial Guardsmen out of your hair, so you can focus on your battles. So you better not let us down. Naturally. We'll be able to fight with confidence knowing we got good people covering our backs, you included. Oh, don't presume that I'm doing this to help you. My main concern is that you save His Majesty. And Elise, of course. I can't stand the thought of her being imprisoned a moment longer. She's far too lovely for that. And to be your sister. Believe me, I want to rescue her. Still, while I appreciate the sentiment, you know who else is far too lovely for you? You. So don't even think about trying to cozy up to her. Do you have to be so menacing and overprotective every time I bring her up? I was just trying to show my concern. Well, Master Patrick's steely resolve shows that he's now capable of standing on his own 2 feet. My role as his protector may be less significant now, but I shall fight by his side as a friend until the end of time. And that I truly believe. Because being with him for so long, it's basically like you saw him grow up, isn't it? Ellen and I had a long talk about what we should do if we make it through today's operation. We ended up making a promise regarding a change in our relationship, so to speak. You did something similar, didn't you? There's no need to hide it. If we both have people we love, then we should give it our all, for their sake. And is this only because we picked Alyssa? If so, that would be perfect. Right then, I should start doing our final checkups before our operation starts. It's nice to see everyone working together. It's like we're one complete, well-oiled machine. But it makes sense when you realize we're all doing this for the people we love. Yes, and talking about love, we've got some unique dishes I need to dish out. Yeah, I'm not gonna pick the text of all, cause it's gonna be a lot. We're just gonna go straight through it. It's probably gonna be like 3 items we're gonna get for it. Lovely cream. Yes, stamina grill. Thank you. I do wonder what we're gonna get if we deliver on. Will we get a Sumerian piece? Or maybe a Master Quartz? Maybe just a nice piece of equipment. One with like 30% evade. So I can guarantee these magnificent evade tank capabilities. Celestial Bomb, definitely very nice. But this should be all, but I did check all the recipes we've had, and I had an item for each and every one of them. Rean handed over all unique dishes. Oh, I think I've got it now. I know what I want to make for Ellen. Oh? I'd ask, but I don't want to spoil the surprise. Well, I still have a few of the finer details to iron out anyway, but I should be able to handle that on my own. But thank you so much for your help, Rean. I couldn't have done this without all the amazing food you brought me. The pleasure is all mine. Whatever you're making, I'm sure we'll really get those sparks flying. Should be an interesting evening. Rean, I swear. Quickly changing subjects? Please, take this. Hopefully it'll make up for some of the time you spent running around looking for those dishes for me. Revolution. Ah, thanks. I'll get cooking as soon as I can. I'll try to make something for your class sometime too. And the Wind Orchestra, of course. I'm sure it will be delicious. I can't wait. Right then, I should start doing a final checkup before the operation starts. Nothing anymore about the dishes. So what's Rebellion? Rogue Revolution, same thing. Damage 10% for every level higher than the foe is than you. Well, if I overgrind, I'm usually higher than the enemy is, so I don't think this is good. Not yet, at least. I feel like I've been waiting forever for a chance to rescue my dad, but now the fateful hour is finally here. I hope he's still alright. The same goes for your sister and His Majesty too, of course, but well, I'm sure he's just fine. The Alliance may not be terribly fond of him, but he's still a former governor of Heimdallr. They might have imprisoned him, but I'd be shocked if they'd harm him in any way. And we'll rescue him soon enough. Right, and there's no way we'll fail. I'll save my dad with my own 2 hands, exactly how things should be. Saving His Majesty and Elise is just icing on the cake. So let's go into this operation, guns blazing, and get it done. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, and Marcus will come with us, if he is mandatory or not, because we cannot rescue his dad and not have him there with us. I knew Lecter was gonna be okay. He's always been lucky, maybe even too lucky. It's kind of a relief to know he's safe for sure, though. I bet. Now that we know he's alive, we really don't want to let him down on the task he gave us too. Although, it might lead us straight to Altina in the process. Well, it doesn't matter who we run into, we've just gotta get it done. Besides, Lemmy and I will give anyone who gets in our way the beatdown of their life. Well, if I see anyone who needs a beatdown, you'll be the first I call. Graham introduced me to Maki as his dad before, so I wanna go save him too. Let's go get him out of here, and your sister too. If anyone tries to stand in our way, we and Lemmy will beat them into the ground. Occupying the capital and imprisoning His Majesty is the most disgraceful crime the Alliance has committed yet. My father may not be able to see things right and restore nobility honor, but I will do so in his place. Well, so even if this operation falls under the noble oblique in your book, I suppose that makes sense. Well, in that case, I technically have just as much responsibility for this as you do. So let's do this. I'll be counting on your support. Yours too, Ragnitz, noble or not. Wow, what do you think before? You couldn't stop me from taking part if you tried. That is technically true. I'm going around taking photos of everyone on the ship while we've got a quiet moment. You wouldn't think people look so happy with a big battle looming over their heads. It's kinda nice actually. I'm gonna make an album out of all of these, so the subjects better come back safely and enjoy it. My job as a cameraman isn't over until we're all back safely. And when we are, I'm gonna make a really slick album out of all the photos I've taken. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Yeah, probably a lot of female characters as well. Well, it sounds like things are really dangerous over in the west, but I'm just going to have to believe my family's okay. I know I'll see them again as soon as this war's over, I'm sure of it. Until I do, all I can do is keep believing and keep doing my job here. Yeah, we found better clothing. Wearing his armband really makes me feel part of the team, like we're all in this together, you know? It's got me all motivated too. I'm ready to fight the good fight and show everybody what Thors is made of. And that's just what I plan to do. Let's turn Erebonia back into a country where everyone can shop themselves silly. I'm gonna make it that people in Erebonia can go back to shopping in peace. That you can definitely do. Evil machine. So basically we're missing one mission to make the golden one. Not that it was a one that I really needed to have right now, but I saw it in the other episode and I thought it would be really nice to have one of those. Well, the fact that we all actually be freeing His Majesty from the Alliance still hasn't quite registered with me. Even so, with a marketing opportunity, I can see the headline now. Callisto & Co. save His Majesty from ignoble nobles. Know that that's the only reason to help him out, of course. I'm Heimdallr born and raised. I want him safe regardless. I'll aid this operation however I can. Supplies, memento, trinkets, you name it. I want nothing more than to rescue His Majesty, both for the marketing opportunity and out of concern as a citizen of Heimdallr. But mostly the marketing department. I'll aid this operation however I can. Supplies, memento, trinket, you name it. Alright. Let's see, this is really good, but I got better. Alright, I got my combat ornament in tip-top shape and ready for anything. If you think you need any work on yours, go see George. He does some amazing work. Oh, there's so much to buy here. You should make sure to pick up anything you need to. I promised myself that I'd definitely help restore the Grand Market to its former glory. That's why I'll make it through this operation along with y'all. That being said, make sure you're ready before you bust in there. I got everything you need stocked up. That I can see. Just a little bit extra. Yeah. Yeah, I've still got the coloring that I need to do at some point. It will probably go and use up all my backup U material, isn't it? Because I got a stack of 50 still left in my bag, but I want to leave that for in case of an emergency, which it is not at the moment, because we can still grind more from enemies. Alright, last floor it is.
Last night, I once again laid bare my burning desires to Vincent, and do you know what he told me? He told me that he would give me his answer after this operation is over. That's an indirect marriage proposal if I ever heard one. Oh, Vincent, I knew you'd always felt the same way I did.
He plans not to come back from this, is it? This is a disaster waiting to happen. And an entire list of, as I say, questionable foods. Even Rean standing there with his eye closed as we pick up all the food to give to her. Like, you can eat this, but I am not gonna watch. Ooh. The lists are coming together. And I'm guessing we're gonna get another beefed up course, isn't it? Rean handed over all peculiar dishes.
Nom nom nom. Oh dear, I'm so stuffed I don't think I could eat another bite. Thank you for bringing me all of that, Rean. Every bite was delicious.
Well, I can't believe she actually ate all of that stuff, or that she's still conscious for that matter. Are you sure your stomach is feeling okay, Margarita? We actually kind of use some of those dishes to weaken monsters.
Oh, now that you mention it, some of it was a little more stimulating than I had initially expected. But my stomach will prevail. Love is always the most important ingredient, so as long as you add lots of that, I'll be fine.
Love. Right. Alright, I'm glad to hear it, I guess. Anyway, I think that's about everything I'll be able to bring you.
Why thank you. I feel like I've expanded my cooking horizons, introduced me to a new world of flavor. Now I'll be able to make my night patrol Vincent the greatest food he's ever eaten. Morning, noon and night. I do hope this adequately expresses my appreciation.
Sheer chaos. Thanks, we should get some real use out of this. I feel like I've just thrown poor Vincent under a train by helping her out.
On second thought, a course such as that is far too meager a reward after you assured me my blissful marriage. But it's nearly scandalous for a maiden such as I. Perhaps I should supplement it with a kiss? On the cheek, of course. I do wish to save myself for Vincent.
I'll just take the quartz, thanks. Yeah, cause we don't want to mess with Vincent. Cause if he's upset, then we're all upset. Alright. Oh, I set up the infirmary and will be taking care of any students who get injured here today. While our primary service won't be needed, if anyone does get hurt, I have everything I need to treat them right away. As inexperienced as I am, I feel as though this is the best way I can contribute, and perhaps the reason I'm here at all. I don't want us to be missing a single student when we return to the academy, so I'll do everything I can to prevent that. Yeah, and like I said, serve your term first. Finish your studies, then decide where you want to become a nun or not. Well, I pray that nobody will get hurt, but if they are, I should be able to get them back on the path to recovery. I just wish the scope of my services during the operation wasn't so limited. Still, I can help with sure everyone moves it back to the academy. I'm happy to do whatever I can. That we definitely know. Have a quick look at chaos. Extra strength and ailments inflicted on foes last for even 2 more turns. Very specific, not too bad.
Oh, I was talking to Alyssa last night, and we decided that if we both return from this operation safely, we're going to hold a big party at the academy. Every student is to be invited, of course, regardless of class. The faculty too. That sounds like it will be one heck of a party. But saying if makes it sound like you're not planning on returning from this operation safely. Well, I suppose you're right. Then let me rephrase. When we inevitably return safely after this operation, we inevitably throwing a massive party. To say success stems to mind after all. Perfect. She's gotten tougher since I first met her. I'm sure spending time with Alyssa is to thank for that. Well, there's a lot of preparation that needs to be made for a party like that to happen. Food, for instance, could be an issue. Even if Sarissa and Celestine were to work together, they only know so many recipes. If only there was a book full of them that I could somehow get my hands on. Okay, maybe scale it back a little. You don't necessarily have to think of the specific until after the operation. Oh, yes, I suppose you're right. Right now, I should focus my mind and energy on the task at hand. We will make this operation a resounding success. Naturally. But it might not hurt to keep the fact that she's looking for a ton of recipes in the back of my mind. If I could gather up a bunch of good ones for her, I'm sure it'll help her keep her mind on the operation proper. Hey Ferris, I've got something to show you. Rean showed Ferris his recipe book. Oh, look at all of these! Have you been writing all of these down yourself? Yeah, I've been collecting them for a pretty long time now. Think there's enough of them to make your party a success? Without a doubt! I'll have to start copying all of these down right away. Knock yourself out. Ferris furiously copied all of the recipes from Rean's recipe book, likely breaking a few speed records in the process. Perfect! Between your recipes, the cooking club's help, and Sarifa and Celestine, we should have a vast selection of food on offer. I must admit that I'm rather impressed. I certainly didn't expect you to present me with so many recipes. Think nothing of it. Hopefully you'll now be able to focus all your efforts on the operation instead of being distracted by party planning. I would never be allowed something so trivial to hinder my concentration in the first place. Still, I do feel as though I underestimated you somewhat. In light of that and your hard work, I want you to have this. Genesis. Ooh, it's even a master quartz, nice. A master quartz? This one's pretty wild looking too. Well, it's a cutting edge one that my family sent to me. I would use it myself, but I imagine that you'll be able to draw out its full potential much more effectively. It's a very capable quartz, so I hope that it becomes a valuable asset in your battles today. Thanks, I can't wait to see what I can do. Anyway, good luck today. Likewise. Together we will make this operation a success and the party after an even greater one. I'm sure we will. Listen to him, you never imagined we'd be able to embark on a life-threatening operation. Still, as imbecilic as he can be, he is the next head of our family. I'll have to keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't do anything too foolish and lose his. As much as I do prefer fighting on the front lines with you and your classmates. Well, we'll take good care of Alyssa for you. Be sure to stay safe during your part of the operation too. I don't need your concern. Well, no matter what, she's still a noble, of course. Hey, we no longer have anything to fear. My graceful spearsmanship shall cleave the winds in my way to ribbons and cut a path to safety for all the hostages. Onwards, my dearest sister. Onwards, my capable servant. Together we shall show the world what the illustrious floral family is truly capable of. With pleasure, Master Vincent. Of course, the moment he does anything respectable, he goes and bubbles his heroic speech. Well, people have said it, but there are some lingering thoughts about him acting a lot like Blue Blank. I'm not saying they're related, I'm just saying they feel like they have the same interests. After this is over, spring will nearly be upon us. The season of graduation, the season I'm freed from Margarita's curse. Oh, how long this year has been. Oh, how very, very long. I wouldn't put money on that.
I originally learned how to fight with a pistol in order to act as a bodyguard for Master Vincent and Lady Ferris. The training was grueling, but the alternative was having to share the task of serving them with another, which I simply am not abide. That is some devotion. But of course, can you think of anyone more worthy of devotion than Master Vincent and Lady Ferris? I, for one, cannot. As long as I draw breath, I will do everything possible to keep them safe. I will sacrifice life and limb to defend Master Vincent and Lady Ferris. There's no worthier cause to die for. Well, I'm impressed by that devotion as well. Alright, so we have 5 more candidates for some extra points, which is good considering the time. Sadly, we're probably ain't gonna get to go to the villa today, but there's always next time.
Ah yes, isn't it wonderful how all the students are coming together to achieve something so momentous today? I get tingles all over just thinking about it.
It's hard to tell from where I'm standing. He looks just as carefree as ever.
Wow, well, for better or worse, it looks like this round is all the marbles. I wish you all the best of luck. Go with the goddess's blessing and remember, come back with no regrets.
Thanks, instructor.
I'll keep myself busy aiding you from the shadows as I'm given to do. I wish you all the best of luck. Go with the goddess's blessing.
Dorothy, where are you?
Oh, I'm helping out in the kitchen today to make sure everything runs smoothly for the day's operation.
I never thought all my time making those packed lunch with Laura would end up helping out with the war effort.
If you're hungry, help yourself.
You wouldn't want hunger pangs distracting you in the middle of an operation so big. Definitely not. Alright. For her is not as lot, because she's one of the few we kept giving all the recipes for. Rean hand over all superb dishes.
Wow, I never would have expected that you'd bring me all of these. I don't know what to say except thank you. All of the food you brought me has done wonders for my culinary skills.
Good to hear. Especially since I fully intend on eating one of your new and improved lunchboxes. Well, Laura loved the last one I gave her at least, but I'll make it sure to make an extra special one just for you. My stomach is rumbling already. Well, you can't eat it, but I did want to give you something to return the favor. I hope you like it. Impenetrable shield. Whoa, are you sure I can have this? I mean, all I did was bring you food. Well, that was more than enough. You set me off on the right track to the ultimate lunchbox. I couldn't let you do all that legwork for free. Well, thanks. And good luck. I can't wait to eat it. His logic is sound, but he would stand to eat a lot more elegantly. Composure is most important when the world is in shambles after all. Well, I got to make sure I'm totally stopped before heading out. I'm gonna need the energy. It's not like anyone's gonna come and make me a nice dinner when I'm out on the battlefield, right?
Ah, you want to know when your last contest entry went? You're one lucky guy, Rean. You won the Platinum Prize, that's the rarest one. Just look at all the cool stuff you get for winning. Pretty nice, huh?
Ooh, Zeram. Wow, this really is some nice stuff. Thanks for applying for me, monk. You're my lucky charm. If I want to apply again, you'll be the first to know.
Before we left town, I sent a story into Radio Trista, more of an old-time sake than actually hoping they read it on air. But just now they did! I guess those guys over there must be wishing us well. Well, I suppose next time I'll need to give them something that's really worth reading.
True. Giving your violin some maintenance, Elliot?
Yeah, it always calms me down a bit. And that's exactly what I need with how nerve-wracking the thought of going out to rescue His Majesty is. But that's the task we've been given, so we need to try for him, Elise, and even Machias' dad.
I'll say, but I'm sure we'll be just fine. This is the best way for us to help your dad protect the nation. Well, I suppose you're right. There's a ton of people counting on us. There's no way we're gonna let them down. Rescue His Majesty and the other captives will help a lot of people. So nervous or not, we got to do it. I'll change a lot of people's life if we manage to pull it off. That is really true. Well, sounds like today's operation is going to be a real doozy. I don't think I've got a lot to contribute, but I figure out something I can do. I'll be sure to do it. I don't want this war causing any more damage to this country's fish or its fishing spots. Alright, there is one thing I still want to do in between the episodes, since we are not going to the villa anyway. And that is that I'm probably gonna go around fishing everywhere. I want to see if I can catch that last fish that I'm missing. Because I feel like once we have that, we can go to Ymir and fish up the last fish. And then maybe Kenneth or Annabelle will have something as a reward for us. So I'm truly hoping that if we do catch that last fish, I will show you what Annabelle and Kenneth has to do before going to the villa. So let's cross our fingers and hope we can do that. Oh, at this rate, it's looking like the last day of the year might be the longest. You should get a good square meal in while you can. You're going to want to face the day in peak condition. Well, I feel like a party will be in order once this is all over and we're back at the academy. The Queen Club will handle the food and you will have to eat it, so that means you need to come back safe. That we indeedly do. Just in case. Not even my crystal ball can tell what's to come. You should say that my predictions have been clouded, in a sense. And yet here you are, with heart and convictions as clear as day. The entire nation cowers, and yet you stay fearless. If you can keep worrying from clouding your actions, I'm certain you will be the key to our future. That we definitely will be. I gotta admit, I didn't expect anyone to ask me to help out with your Divine Knight's fancy new sword. Still, glad we got it all sorted out. And just in time too. Thanks, Instructor Makarov. I never would have guessed that you were one of Professor Smith's disciples, or even a student from the Institute. Well, that was on purpose. I tried to keep my mouth shut about all this stuff. Smith used to have me help him out on weapon research, which, as you can imagine, I got sick of real quick. That's why I decided to get the hell out of there and moved to another school over in Heimdallr. Even then, the whole Smith's disciple thing ended up getting me involved in all sorts of nonsense I didn't care for. Got sick and tired of that too, so I bailed and ended up at Thor's. Wow, it sounds like you had a pretty dramatic education, to say the least. Welcome to adulthood. Oh, if you ask me, the real winners in life are the people who don't give up no matter how bad things get. Thinking about it, our academy, its chess clubs, we're both winners in their own right. So let's show the Alliance our passion, our school spirit, and our refusal to ever give up. We can do this. Oh, have you got some new data? Mind if I take a look? Alright, that's in the system now. Thanks, Rean. If you gather any more info though, come on, tell me about it, okay? Yeah, I don't know if we have to fight every single monster, or if it's just a certain percentage, like have 90 or 95 of them collected. But we'll just get back to Stefan every now and then and see how well we get ahead. Well, while you're on the attack, Rex and I will be chronicling the operation by taking photographs of every twist and turn. Not a single shot will escape our grasp. We couldn't afford to let one with you putting everything on the line out there. Our job is to capture the truth, and today is the day that it matters most. I've gathered all the data we need for the main event, so the only thing I have left to do is to figure out what to write about next. Not much use in a writer who doesn't have a subject, right? I'm not particularly good at anything but penning stories, and once we make it through all this, I'll be delivering nothing but the best. still got all books. Yeah, there was one that I forgot. I think, well, let's go check. Yes, I remember, I haven't seen her. Well, we're finally headed towards where this whole mess began. The biggest question is now, what lies ahead once we rescue Elise and Her Majesty? Who to say, really? Especially now that this nation's lost the railway guns and guerrilla fortress. Those would have been the only things that allowed us to fend off Calvert. Well, it's a little too late for us to start worrying about that now. We just have to focus on our rescue mission and make it through this war in one piece. We've come this far together, we might as well go all the way. I'm in if you are. Yeah. Let's go all the way. Once we make it through this war, I'm sure we'll have a better idea of what we stand on and the direction our lives should take. We made it this far together, so let's go all the way. Yeah, I really am curious to see where it's going, because I do have a feeling like Alyssa will eventually at least take over the company from Arena. But if it will be in 3, 4 or afterwards in the credits, I don't know. We'll just have to see when we get there. But for now, like I said before, we are so far into the episode that I don't think we're gonna go to the villa today. We're gonna leave that for the next time. And the only thing I have left that might pop up is if I can find that last elusive fish that I don't have in my list. I think it's somewhere around Trista, seeing as the one before and the one after is there. But we won't know until we scour the entire area, and that's what I'll do in between the episodes. So if we do find it, next time we're going to start off with Annabelle and Kenneth, and after that we're going to go straight to the villa. So we have plenty of time to enjoy that part of the story. But until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are, and if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time, as I'm surely we're gonna go to the villa then. See you then. Bye bye.